Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. We are going to do mini readings tonight, and you can choose from astrology readings, for me to look at your natal chart, for me to look at your transits, or your progressed chart, or the synastry between you and another person, or let's see, what else? Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Or you can do tarot and oracle cards if you want to as well. I'm really excited. I haven't done these mini readings in a while, and it's just, I've been so crazy busy, you guys, but oh my God, I've had the most amazing QHHT sessions that I'm just like, oh, I'm so glad that I dove into this, because it just feels super amazing to help people connect and to align better with their mission and answer their questions. And it's just such a powerful tool. I can't wait to offer those to you guys starting next month, and those will be ready soon. I also will have a new monthly class that is going to be free, that me and my sister Chandra Sangat are going to be doing together. And it has to do with essential oils. And one of the things that we've been wanting to do is to connect more with Mother Earth and plant medicine by way of these powerful essential oils that were things that were used in the past. Like, for example, I know that in ancient Egypt, they used frankincense. Like, frankincense is one of the oldest oils, and it is really powerful. It has really powerful healing qualities. So many things that we want to share with you guys. We want to teach you how to make your own oil blends at home, and also connect the oils, the essential oils and the blends with astrology. Like, make the connection, how to activate the astrological energies with the essential oils. So much coming. It's so exciting. And make sure that you download my free moon astrology guide, so you can find out what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign, as well as get on my email list, which where I send a weekly moon magic report, which is basically the astrology forecast for the week. I'll also be releasing a whole new type of reading called a composite chart reading for conscious couples or people that are in relationships working together on a project or a mission, or feel like they we're here to work together to do something to help in the ascension of the earth, and all of those things I'm so excited about. So thank you everyone that's here in the chat. Hello Shannon, welcome in. Hello Veronica, welcome in. Taria, welcome in. Nelvin, hello. And Valerie, hello. Shannon says, I use frankincense in my diffuser pretty much every day. Yeah, exactly. It's that freaking powerful. And one of the things that I am really like an advocate for is to use essential oils to help with your monthly cycle as a woman and to balance your hormones, which is, I think, a really big deal for women in the world. So I'm going to be talking a lot about that, and I am playing with the oils myself, the hormonal balance blends, to see basically how it helps me in my life. Some of you may know, but my story is that I actually have really intense moon cycles every month, and they're kind of pretty much debilitating. And so these oils are helping me to find like some healing and clarity in that area of my life. And I know that for a lot of other women, they also need the same. So I'm excited to start sharing more information about that too. So yes, we already have 2 people on the list. We have Christina Maria and we have Veronica. And Christina Maria could not make it live, but she wanted me to do the reading anyways, and she's going to watch the replay. So we're going to start with Christina Maria and then going to Veronica, and the list is open if anyone wants to get on it. So what I'm going to do is pull up the information for Christina's chart, as well as share the screen with you guys, because we're just going to hop right on into it. I do have to change the Wi-Fi screen here. But how are you guys doing? Jupiter has officially moved into Pisces. Can you believe that? I think so far it feels super, super intense, and just it's a little bit much. Like, I've been having some crazy dreams last night especially, but I'm talking like really crazy dreams. Like, they have not been fun dreams. They've been super weird, super wild, and they made me feel really uncomfortable because they had such like intense energies. But I was wondering if you guys have been feeling any of that, because Jupiter in Pisces actually activates your intuition and your psychic ability. So for a lot of you guys, you're going to be experiencing a lot of these psychic awakenings, or if you're not psychic, maybe you're going to start to get psychic, or if you are, you're going to your psychic abilities are going to be heightened. So wondering about how you guys are dealing with that, and while I get this chart up on the screen. And we've got Christina Maria. And then when a couple more people come into the chat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the giveaway for April, because we haven't actually done that. And I'm really excited to do that. I don't even know what the prize is. Maybe you guys could make a suggestion, but maybe what I'll do, I might give away one of the new composite chart readings. We will see. But if you did a reading with me in April, your name is in my little jar, and I'm going to pull a name very soon. Okay, 21st, 74. The time is 2:14 p.m. And the location is Hamilton in Canada. Let's see if that works. Yes. All right, let me make sure I get it right. October 21, 1974, 2:14 p.m. Okay. And then she wanted, I think, a transit reading, and we can see how this is definitely affecting all of us by looking at it. So this is Christina Maria's question. I'm just interested to know what stands out right now. Jupiter is in Pisces. My Jupiter is also in Pisces. Interesting. And my main concern is my spirituality, my abilities, how I'm coming into service, etc., integration. Love isn't a thing. I've really strongly departed from that for a while now. Thank you and hope you're doing great. Okay, so let me pull it up here. All the way over here. And then do this. And then you guys can see what I'm looking at. So let me go back into the chat. Dreams have been really active. Yeah. Veronica says, today was better than yesterday. And yes, weird dreams too. Yeah, I think we'll get used to it, but we really are getting kind of like the first glance look at what this next year is going to be like. I don't think we're going to like it. Some of us are going to love it, and some of us are going to be like, oh my God. Taria says intense dreams and at the extremes very pleasant or very unpleasant. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so here's Christina Maria's chart, and we're looking at your Jupiter. So you were born with, let me zoom in here a little bit. So you were born with Jupiter in at 8 degrees of Pisces. When you were born, Jupiter was retrograde and he was in your second house. Being born with Jupiter in the second house is actually very significant because Jupiter, whenever he's in the second or the 8th house, he has the potential to bring a lot of money. He has the potential to magnify. Jupiter is magnetic, not in the Pluto is also magnetic, but Jupiter is magnetic in the sense of he attracts things, he expands the energy. So from within, you're expanding this energy of abundance and bringing money in, and also your own values, because you have Pisces at the cusp of your second house. There's a dreamy, this makes you, Capricorn rising, but there's sort of this like dreamy energy about you that it's like when you attract things, you may dream them into existence. You may have prophetic dreams. You may have moments where you can visualize something, or even like be in meditation in some kind of way. And it actually helps to expand your view, your perspective, because that's what Pisces does. It expands your perspective and it opens you up, and sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's not. It feels like a fog, because that's what Pisces can feel like. But you have this way of like bringing things into reality through the dream space. Now, Jupiter in Pisces is going to magnify all of our intuition and our psychic abilities. And then for some of us, it's going to feel like it's too much because we're already psychic. Or for example, you, Christina, you have Jupiter in Pisces already. So this natural ability of yours is literally going to like wake up and sharpen and become super strong and super magnified. So what I would recommend is that during this kind of sensitive time for you, or this kind of activated time for you, that you give yourself the time to recharge and clear your energy, and constantly do those clearing, and constantly do like are working with Archangel Michael to clear and cut cords so that you're not being affected, because what's going to happen now is becoming super sensitive to everyone else's feelings and emotions. It's the compassionate energy where we empathic, right? We feel what other people are feeling. The cool thing about this is that when Jupiter comes back into the same sign that it was when you were born, what happens is we call it going through your Jupiter return. And the Jupiter return is a time where you feel and you experience a lot of good luck coming into your life. This is a transit that only happens every 12 years, because Jupiter is a planet that travels through each sign for about a year each sign. And so it takes 12 years for Jupiter to come back to where it was at when you were born, and then 12 years later, and then 12 years later. So anyone right now that has Jupiter in Pisces is going through their Jupiter return. Now it's going to be a little bit of a long one, because Jupiter is going to go into It's in Pisces, and it's going to go to 1 degree and 2 degrees. And then sometime, I believe, towards the end of July, it's going to go retrograde, and it's going to go retrograde back through 2 degrees and 1 degree and 0 degrees of Pisces, and then go back into Aquarius. And so this is going to be a 6-month retrograde, because these outer planets have very long retrograde periods. So for 6 months, we're going to experience and revisit the energies of Aquarius. And then he's going to go direct again, right? And he's going to start the journey back up towards Pisces. And when he officially enters Pisces next year in 2022, that's where the energy is going to be a lot more solid. And as he transits through Pisces, he's going to make a conjunction with Neptune, which is going to be so intense. It's going to bring a lot of, here's the thing, it's going to bring a lot of Age of Pisces energy. So the illusion in the world, the sometimes energy of like not being sure what's going on. Some people feel like it's like we're in a dream. It all feels like a dream. It doesn't feel real. And then for some of us, like we're such heightened abilities that it's overwhelming. But it's because literally, you know, as you've heard me talk about this a lot, but Dolores Cannon has, you know, talked a lot about the 5th dimension and how we're moving into these higher realms, these higher dimensions. And so for those of us that have been on that track and are curious and seeing the reality right now, the universe is asking us to see the reality. When we're seeing the reality and we're focusing on that, we are literally practicing, you know, magnifying our power, so that every day we get more and more used to being more sensitive, and we get more and more used to being more empathic, and we get more and more used to being psychic, because these are natural abilities that we all have and we were all born with. It just takes time to develop. But right now what's happening is these abilities are coming alive without any warning. And so right now is the time where people are kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going on with my life. I don't know what's going on with the world, because like everything's so heightened. So this is what anyone that has Jupiter in Pisces is experiencing during these transits. And for them, might be even stronger than for everyone else because of those reasons, because this is you. This is a part of your personality. The other thing I notice is that Jupiter right now is in your 1st house. So it is focusing on your identity and your sense of self. And then when it moves into the 2nd house, which is, it's not going to be till late, right? It's not going to be till 2022. That's when you're going to experience more of the fullness of the Jupiter return for you, and the activation of those energies. So concerning spirituality and abilities, coming into service and integration, these are all things that are activating in your own chart. And I know you've heard me talk about this, but you're experiencing the reverse nodal return, which can be a little bit difficult to transition. And right now the nodes are exactly on your nodes. So those are the north and south node, north and south node. They're only like 1 degree away from each other. So these energies are going to feel like they're intensifying. But the Jupiter in Pisces is going to give you a lot of insight into how to move forward in your life. It's just a matter of you allowing all of those intuitive abilities to come through and to awaken, and to keep like listening to your intuition, because your intuition is going to be the strongest for you right now in your life, in this year and moving into next year. So that's what I would say are the biggest things that I see with this Jupiter in your 5th house. I mean in your 2nd house, but in Pisces in your chart. All right. Thank you so much, Christina. And next we have... Hello, Exandora. How's it going? Good to see you here. We have Veronica next, and if you want to get on the list is open, you guys. We'll just go until we go. And I do appreciate your support here as well. And we have had now Christina G has gotten on the list as well. So let me add that name. Christina G, you are after Veronica on the list. Okay, so here's Veronica's information. Let me go back here and pull it up. And I think you also want a transit reading. So let's do this. 3386 at 12:53 a.m. And like I said, you can do astrology and you can also do tarot readings, whichever you prefer. Okay. Thank you, Christina. I did see that, so you are on the list. So, Veronica also has Jupiter in Pisces, and we're going to talk about what this means for her. It's a different energy because Veronica has Jupiter in a different house, so it's going to have a different flavor. But a lot of what I just said applies to you as well. The basic stuff, like the active mind. Taria, I just saw you got on the list. I'm going to add you to it in a moment. So it's basically the active mind, the heightened intuitive abilities and dreams. I know dreams are a big deal for you. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have been experiencing that. So looking for general guidance and direction in relationships. And you also have Jupiter in Pisces. Okay, so relationships. Let's talk about relationships first. In general, relationships relate to the 7th house and the 1st house, because the 1st house is the house of the self. The 7th house is the house of relationships, and you can't have relationships without a centered and grounded sense of self. So what is going to happen is we're going to look at the 7th house first and what's happening there. So what I see right away is that you have the North Node transiting. Let me use the thinner marker because I feel like that one's pretty thick. You have the North Node. Can you guys see the marking if it's the thinner line? The North Node transiting through the 7th house of relationships. You have Venus also transiting your 7th house of relationships. So that's a big deal. When it has to do with relationships, it has to do with the 7th house. Your Chiron, which is, relationships for you are a healing journey, is right there on Aldebaran in your 7th house. You're learning how to communicate in relationships, how to express yourself, and how to speak your truth. Mercury is also right there in your 7th house. So a lot of this Gemini energy is fully activating for you in your 7th house. So you are right that there's a lot that's going on here in your 7th house. Like it's just, this is where the universe is asking you to focus. So what does it mean when the North Node transits the 7th house? It means that you are being asked to, first of all, just focus in this area of your life, to pay attention to what's going on, to decipher like the truth from the non-truth, the illusion from the realness of it, right? The South Node is where you are being asked to transform and release and let go so that you can channel that energy into the house that the North Node is transiting. So when we look at the South Node and we see that it is transiting your 1st house of self and identity, you are becoming a new person. You are redefining yourself in ways that you never thought you could this year. This is a big thing because the nodal transit is a 18-month cycle. So for basically this whole year and a lot of last year, this is since last year in May. Yeah, it's been, a whole year. So there's just a few months left of this nodal axis until January. So basically what's going to happen is you are about to, like when the nodes move out of your 1st house, that's when this transit for you is going to end. And you feel like you've completed that transition of releasing and shedding the old skin, the old you, the old identity, who you were, and becoming a new person. And the reason that's significant for you in terms of relationships is because the North Node, the focus is on the 7th house of relationships. So your job is to become new, to rejuvenate yourself, and then relationships will fall into place. You will find the types of relationships that are important, that bring you more connection, that align you more with your own truth, that actually help you heal, and that connect you to these like celestial codes. We're speaking of right now the North Node on Aldebaran and Venus right there, also right there on Aldebaran. And then tomorrow she's going to be, I think, exactly on Aldebaran, and she begins her new phase, which is the rebirth phase. And that phase is us emerging as the evening star, as the celestial Venus. So this is like relationships that are aligned with our higher selves. Like we're talking energies that can only function at a certain level of awareness and level of consciousness. And if that awareness and that consciousness is not there, then those relationships are not going to be a match, right? It's like the split in the collective. Some of us are going this way and some of us going that way, and we're not going to find ourselves in the middle. There's just no way for that unless someone makes like a huge U-turn and comes, in the direction of like more consciousness and more awareness. So right now you're becoming aware of a lot of things in the realm of relationships that also may be a little bit overwhelming with the Jupiter transit, right? You're going through your Jupiter return. So a lot of things are expanding for you. It's in your third house of communication. Siblings as well. This is the house of the high priestess. This is where your sun is. So Jupiter is going to conjunct your sun as well next year. That's going to feel very expansive of your sense of self also, and also Venus. So next year might be a big year for you with relationships. You may find at least that energy will be expanded towards the end of the Jupiter transit, because your Venus is at 22 degrees. So it's going to take a while for Jupiter to get there. But when it does finally get there, that may be the time where that energy is expanded for you, and you feel the power of that in your life, like that manifesting in your life. But right now I would say focus on communication with people that are at that like higher awareness, higher consciousness, and don't worry about what doesn't match, those energies, because honestly, we there's no time for us to really waste any time on anything, any relationships other than the important ones, which are the ones that like align you to, to your higher purpose. And for you, with your North Node in Taurus, you're also about to go through a nodal return next year, and that's going to feel like an activation of, your creative abilities are going to activate. Your desire for more stability will arrive, for more sensuality. We're talking Venus energies. There's a lot of Venus energy. Taurus is ruled by Venus, Venus in your 7th, Venus in Pisces is going to conjunct Jupiter. Like there's a lot. Like I feel like next year is going to be an expansion of this area of your life where if you've been looking for a relationship or looking for guidance or trying to find like the one, a lot of those opportunities or a lot of those doors will be opening for you because of what's happening right now. It's like it's beginning now. The final sort of activation for you is going to happen with the eclipses, and then it's like, okay, then you're on the journey, you're on the thing. So that's actually what I have. I feel like that was kind of a lot too, but there is a lot there, and you are also going to experience a lot of heightened intuition. So listen to your intuition and let that guide you when it comes to meeting new people and making your relationships better just in general. So that's what I got for you, girl. Thank you for signing up for a reading. I need to update my list real quick, but next we have Christina G. And I'm just going to go through and make sure that we've got everyone on the list that got on the list. But Christina G, feel free to put your question. Okay, Taria is after Christina G. After that, it's Len. And after that, it is Nelvin. And so that's who we got so far. Okay. And then after Christina G, remind me, we'll do the drawing. For I keep forgetting to do the drawing for April. But there you go. Christina G is next. And I hope you guys are enjoying this broadcast. I'm pretty tapped in. I feel like it's just flowing. Like it's flowing. And that makes me feel excited because I was pretty tired before I went live. I actually had to take a nap because I've been so exhausted these last few days. And that's something that's one thing that I will say collectively is that we need to take care of ourselves. Like I was trying to fight it, but last night I had a hard time sleeping. And when I allowed myself to rest today before going live, it's like I took a nap and then I did a reading and then I went live. So it's just a lot. It's like just been one thing after another. And this morning I also had a very intense QHHT session that was just really powerful. And I mean, there's just a lot going on. So there you go. And Gaia is letting me know that she's getting hungry. Okay, tarot cards. Yes, I love it. All right, let me get the tarot cards ready. And I'm going to use the vice versa, which I've been really enjoying lately. Any messages, guidance for the next few months? Okay, so let's go with June, July, and August. That's what we're going to ask for. Guidance for June, July, and August. And then in general, any kind of things that Christina G needs to know that may be coming up for the next few months for her in life. So I would like to ask for 3 cards for June, July, and August, and then a few more for other energies or other things that she needs to know for the next few months. 2 more cards, please. Okay. So, and these don't have numbers, so it's gonna take me a minute to figure out which card this is. All right, this is a Pentacles card. I think this is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this is the page. Okay, so let me show you so we got the back side of the card. These cards are really beautiful, by the way. So this is August. This is for the month of June. This is for the month of June. So we've got the energy of the Page of Pentacles. What I want to point out here is the fact that we're standing behind, looking forward at this energy. He has this cape, and on the cape, it has this beautiful rose, which is very, very significant. When you're looking at the energy of the Pentacles, this is the earth element. So this is about sensing energy. It's also about abundance. And the Page of Pentacles has new ideas, new opportunities, and employment as well. So those are the possibilities for June for you. You're looking forward at new opportunities, new ideas, new possibilities in your life. That's June. July is the 9 of Pentacles. And what I'll show you from this 9 of Pentacles, again, we are standing behind and looking forward. And so it's almost like we're looking ahead. You're looking ahead into the future. Both of these cards come through like that. And so it's like you're standing here looking out. So I see the energy moving forward. I see things moving forward. You're about to take a step forward. The other thing that's significant about this card is that she is holding a dove. And you can see, I'm trying to magnify what we see here in the corner, if it would like to focus for me, is there's a person in the tower and calling in the eagle, and the eagle, I believe, is bringing him a message. Whoa. Okay, you can do it. Come back to me. So she's holding a dove, and this person in the tower is calling in the eagle is coming in to bring her a message. Now, I think that is super powerful. Super powerful. And the fact that you're standing, this woman is basically standing in front of the moon, which is the sacred feminine. So the Nine of Pentacles is, you're at a place right now, so June, July. So in June, there's new opportunities coming. In July, you're going to feel the satisfaction of that. You're going to feel like you can take care of yourself. You're going to feel like you can live in comfortability and in a luxurious kind of energy because you have basically taken the opportunities that were coming at you in the month of June. So I actually think this is a really exciting reading. And then the third card, so June, July, and now this is August, is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a new beginning in terms of money. It's also it could be a new beginning in prosperity. It could be a new opportunity that's showing up. It could be the energy of manifestation that is showing up. So I see you're looking forward, new opportunities arriving, you're taking them, but you have to connect to your emotions as you move through. You have to stay aligned. Again, that higher self energy is coming through with the eagle, and the eagle bringing a message forward for you, which comes from God, because the eagle flies closest to the sun, which is symbolized by the energy of God. So new opportunities are arriving for you. And then the next three cards that we got as more insight into this message, it is like this. You get the Empress card, and we see the back of the card. So those first three cards that came out are the Pentacles cards, and you did get another Pentacle card after this. So there's a lot of connecting to your essence. There's a lot of connecting to the energy of grounding and opportunity. But looking at the back of this card, also seeing a hawk or an eagle, that could be an eagle as well, is you're like sitting on the throne. So you're coming from this place of maybe, so what I see is that in the back of the card, in the front of the card, you see all the stars and the connection to the stars. In the back of the card, you see the stone, but you also see a skull right here. So there's something in your recent past, or there's something that you're letting go of. There's something that you're releasing so that you can move forward into these new energies. The next card you do get is the Seven of Pentacles, which I'll show you the card. It's like the pentacles are growing from the tree, and this is an energy of planning, progress, and also reflection. So it's like you've been working hard at something and you are in the process of, okay, how am I going to pick these fruits? How am I going to process these things? How am I going to bring them into my life? And the answer is, the way you're going to do this is by leaving behind what no longer serves you and moving towards more calm waters. And that makes sense because if you've been struggling lately, now is the time to let go of the past and move forward and let people help you do that. And what you're going to find is the more grounding on the other side of the shore, or on the other side of the lake, or on the other side of the river. This is what you are going to be experiencing, but there is a walking away that needs to happen for all of these beautiful opportunities to show up in your life. And that's what I got for you. Thank you, Christina G, for getting that tarot reading. So next we have Taria. Hey, Kim, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Oh, good. You just got reunited with your dog. Nice. That's awesome. And thank you so much for moderating as well. But we have Taria and then Lenlen and then Nelvin. So Taria, feel free to put up your question. Also, my chat is really super delayed for some reason. I'm going to go out and then come back in and see if that fixes it. But for the meantime, just know that your messages are coming in a little bit late. So I am going to check PayPal real quick just to make sure we're up to date on everybody that has signed up. And we are. Okay. Thank you so much, Shannon. Yes, the list is open. We have 3 people on the list right now. So if you want to get on it, I have room for 4 more. There's 4 more spots left for tonight. And you can do tarot or astrology, whichever calls to you the most. So we shall wait for Taria's question, and then we'll do Lenlen's reading, and then we'll do Nelvin's reading. And again, thank you so much for being here, everyone. I really appreciate your presence. And if you're here for the first time or checking this out for the first time, I do these usually every Friday. You're welcome, Christina. While we wait for Taria's question, let's actually do the giveaway, which I almost forgot to do again. So we are going to pull a name from this jar. Thank you, Taria. Yes, I think I read your minds, right? From the jar, but feel free to put up your question too. And your name is on here if you got a reading from me in the month of April. And I haven't even thought about what to give away because I just haven't had time. I was thinking maybe giving away a new composite chart reading, but that does require for the person to be in a relationship. So maybe not. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull a name and I'm going to come up with the prize between tonight and tomorrow. And then I will contact the winner and let you know what you won. But I'm really excited. I've given away in the past jewelry from my Etsy shop. I have given away in the past stuff from an actual reading. I have given away mini readings before, so I will think about it and let you know. So let's see who's going to win this mystery prize for the month of, I'm trying to hold this, let's do this, for the month of April. Somebody who really needs this mystery prize. Here it is. You're not going to believe this. It's Kimberly McKay. Dun, 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 dun. That's so crazy because she's here. Whoa. All right, Kimberly. I will get in contact with you and I'll let you know what it is I decide to give away. Congratulations, Kimberly, and thank you so much for getting a reading from the month of April. And if you did get a reading for tonight as well, your name will be entered for the May drawing, which will happen at the end of this month. All right, so here we go. Taria's question. Yeah, I know. I don't know. That was crazy. That surprised me too. I was not expecting that one. All right, synastry reading. Let me transition and reconnect here. And if you sent payment, I will check that out in a moment. I didn't see anything, but are you in Oh, there it is. Okay, now I see it. Okay, you're good. We got you on the list. 4844. And now we shall pull up the chart to do the synastry reading for Taria. How exciting. I love synastry readings. What are we learning and healing together, and what are we building together? Ooh, I love it. Okay. So 4285. These are fun. This is going to be fun. Urbana. Oops, I meant to 1008. in Urbana. And is this like a romantic partnership? Okay, 4285 10:08 a.m. You know what's so interesting, Taria, is that it's hard for me to believe that I am older than you. For some reason, you have this very mature energy about you. I just want to say that. Okay, so that's you. And then we are going to do, let's just type in natal. And then it is 10/1/85 at, oh, no known time. Okay, let's do 12 p.m. And we've got Skopje, North Macedonia. Where is that? Okay, I didn't find it. Skopje, North Macedonia. Dude, what on earth? Okay, I either am not spelling that right or something. So let's figure it out. What I usually do in this situation is I literally Google. Oh no, I was delayed. I don't think I missed much though. You haven't missed anything because I'm still trying to pull up the chart because I'm trying to figure out the location. Oh, well, there you go, Kimberly. That's awesome. That's awesome. Macedonia. Okay, we can try that. Macedonia. Oh, yeah. Okay, that worked. All right. Thank you. Thank you kindly. So let's hit, and let me make sure I got it right though. October 1st, 85. Let's do 12 p.m. Okay. So first of all, what I want to do is, all right. So since we don't know the time, here are the two different things that we're going to see different in the chart. The moon was in Aries at 12 a.m. on October 1st, 1985. It moved into Taurus very soon after. So like at 2 a.m. it moved into Taurus. And it's probably going to stay in Taurus all day. Let me see what else is going on. Going through the whole day, seeing if there's any drastic changes. And then that's already on the 2nd. So I'm going to keep it at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. on the 1st. Because that's usually what I do for unknown times. And we're going to talk generally, and we're not going to know what his rising sign is, but that's all right. We still get a lot of combinations between the elements, and that's what we do with basically the synastry readings when we don't have time. All right. My mom told me that I used up all my luck being born on New Year's Day. That's funny. Former Yugoslavia. Okay, cool. So here we go. What are we learning and healing together? And what are we building together? So, by the way, after this, we have Len. After that, we have Nelvin. And after that, we have Kimberly. All right. So the first thing that I noticed, let's look at the sun. You guys, your sun in Aries, he is sun in Libra. And that means that you guys have this opposites attract energy, like magnets drawn to each other because you're at the opposite ends of the spectrum. When you have these oppositions, what can happen is that you are basically can create the kind of connection that is very explosive and passionate and activated, and at the same time can burn out eventually because they are on opposite ends of the spectrum. But this is a strong attraction. Just plainly, first of all. The second thing I notice, if his moon is in Taurus, if he was born after 2 a.m., this means that his moon will most likely be in Taurus because it was in Taurus for most of the day. But it's possible that it's in Aries, and you will know that because you'll know his energy. Moon in Aries is very different than moon in Taurus. What do you think his moon is in just from these two different possibilities? Just by knowing him, you would know. Moon in Aries is very emotional. It's like impulsive. It's like you, right? You have a lot of Aries energy in your chart. So do you feel like he has moon in Aries, or do you feel like he has moon in Taurus? Because moon in Taurus is a grounding and stable energy, like he is stabilizing for you, or he's activating and he like lends, like he fires you up versus he grounds you. That's very, very two different energies for the moon. So I'll wait for you to respond, because this may tell us like moon in Taurus. Okay, great. So with his moon in Taurus, everything I was just saying is he is going to be very grounding for you. He is going to be a stabilizing energy for you, and it's going to feel good because this is trining your moon. So there's a beautiful trine. So you guys both have moon in earth signs, which means that you're both a little bit grounded. You are less grounded because Aries is less grounded, and Virgo, even though it's an earth sign, is not as grounded. It can tend to have anxiety or be prone to anxiety and nervous energy, right? That's Virgo. But his moon just really grounds you. His energy really grounds you, and it shines a light for you. This is a harmonious connection, because in synastry, when there's a trine, we see a harmonious connection between the elements. So there it is. The two strong, attractive things. All right. The third thing that we can look at is Venus. So you have Venus in Aries and he has Venus in Virgo. So although these are very different signs and can be super different, you're much more impulsive, much more instinctual. Hello, Belinda. About relationships, he's much more picky about what he wants it to look like and what he wants it to be like. And if it doesn't match, then it doesn't feel the best. He can't be like intimate unless it feels right for him. So that can be frustrating. However, you know this energy too, because your moon is in Virgo as well. And this means that your Venus, his Venus, and your moon is basically a bit like conjunct in your charts. And moon conjunct Venus is the beautiful love energy. So it's very beautiful for romance. It's very beautiful for deep emotional connections with others. So you guys understand each other in this way, and it's very beautiful. This is a harmonious alignment. Now, when it comes to Mars, which is how you act upon those desires, right? Your very impulsive desires, initiation, excitement is important for you. His is more like structured or calculated, but still there is definitely desire for purity and deep love, which Virgo can love so deeply. Like Virgos can fall in love so deeply, and you guys probably have some kind of aspect of that in your relationship because of your moon in Virgo and his Venus in Virgo together. So your Mars is in Taurus, so you are much more sensual. You take your time doing things, taking action in life. This is part also of your destiny because it's conjunct your North Node. So you are supposed to find stability in your life as a life purpose, and you are supposed to learn to take your time doing things. With his Mars in Virgo, this creates a trine. So again, another harmonious aspect. So the opposition of the suns creates this intense attraction, and then all of the other trines creates this beautiful stabilizing energy. So he's very structured in his action. He's much more picky. I would say he's maybe much more picky than you, but you both desire comfort, which is what will help you like move the relationship forward. So that's Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mars. And now we can look at some of the questions that you were asking, which is, what are we learning and healing together, and what are we building together? So the truth is that you are building a lot together because you both have North Node in Taurus. There's a stellium for him, and there's Mars right there with you. So his moon, his North Node, and we're not going to talk about Black Moon Lilith because I don't really talk about her in synastry, but it's your North Node and it's your Mars. So you emotionally desire the same thing. Your drive aligns with his emotions, and you are both searching for stability in your life. And it's beautiful because this means that this is a match energetically. You can live your mission together. You can walk along your path of life purpose together because of this. And it means that you're both working on the same karma, and it means that you have South Node conjunct, and you guys have a lot of Scorpio back here, which means that you guys are going to experience a lot of past life stuff. You've had past lives together for sure, but you understand each other at a deep, deep level because you have a lot of those outer planets, Saturn and Pluto, all in Scorpio here. You have your vertex in Scorpio, which means in terms of fated things, or in terms of past life connections or karmic connections, you have them with him. So you've either done work together and then you're here to do it something new and different again, but together, or you're like walking each other home, which is really, really beautiful. And the last thing we can look at is Chiron. He's got Chiron in Gemini, and so do you. So you're on the same healing journey. So that's the beauty of this, is that you both have very similar paths. The universe is calling you on very similar journeys, and you are both healing your insecurity about expressing your truth and speaking your mind, and you're both on a spiritual journey with you are, especially because Chiron is in your 12th. So the power of this is that this is a beautiful alignment that can be a long-lasting relationship because there's a lot of harmonious energies. It just means that, yes, there has to be communication. So we're so different and approach life from almost opposite ways, but we love and have enough stabilization and understanding to make us curious about one another and keep working on things. Okay, cool. And then the last thing that you would look at is Mercury, because if you can communicate, then it will resolve anything. Now, this may be where you guys are very, very different, because you're very impulsive in your way of communicating, and he is much more focused on harmony and balance and looking at everyone on all the sides of the story. And this is why you guys see the world differently, is because your suns are opposing. So this may be a very strong thing between you guys, or the other things may kind of keep it at bay. But having opposing Mercuries can be arguments and oppositional energies in terms of conversations, not finding common ground. This is where one of the biggest challenges is in the relationship. But if you can find that connection through communication, which is what you guys are both healing with Chiron and Gemini, then you will be completely fine, and this can be a long-lasting relationship for sure. So there you go. Thank you so much, Taria, for getting that reading. Okay, so let me update the list real quick, and then we're going to continue. And Len is next. I just want to add Kimberly to the list and double check that we have everyone on the list for tonight. And if anyone wants to get on the list for tonight, let's see. There's 3 more spots if anyone wants to get on the list. I think we might be walking home together. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, it does feel it. I like the energy of the 2 charts. I like the energy. I think it's good. Okay, Len says, transit, please. Guidance on what to focus on. Is it a complete transition? Also, if I am to file a legal matter, get a lawyer this time. Okay, let me have a little more of my drink. And switch the screen. back to here. So what is the situation that you are needing guidance on, Len, while I pull up your chart? Maybe you could expand a little bit. Okay, May 15th, 73. May 15th, 73. Oh my God, that's right. Happy birthday. Your birthday is tomorrow. Thanks for seeing that, Shannon. 7:30 a.m. And is San Carlos Panganisan the whole name of the city? Or is it San Carlos? Oh, I see. Oh, never mind. I got it. All right, let me make sure it's correct. Is it 73? Is that correct? Yeah, 7:30 a.m. Okay, we got it. So here are the transits right here and right now. And we shall go over here. And then do this. Okay, human rights, racism, and they want to file eviction for putting out a garden. Damn. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I found it in the system. Okay. So you're wanting guidance on what to focus on. Is it a complete transition? If I'm to file a legal matter, get a lawyer this time. So you just want some kind of like general guidance as to see what it says about those energies. Okay, so let me look at what's happening in your chart. So the interesting thing that I see happening in your 8th house of change and transformation is that Pluto has been transiting your 8th house, and all of the Capricorn energy that happened last year in 2020, which is something that we're going to continue to feel for a long time, because the theme of it was the breakdown of structures of society and everything, and in our own personal lives, the structure of how our world was, and the beginning of a new world, or like taking space for something new. Oh, that's true. That's true. Then what's happening is that all of that happened in your 8th house. So you're experiencing not only the incident, just your run of the mill. Okay. I know, I'm tired too. But basically, you've been experiencing a lot of endings and new beginnings. And I think that's why you're feeling tired, because this does have to do with outer resources. But this is a theme that's been going on for a while, and it's not going to change until like when does Pluto go into Aquarius? 23, 24, I think. Yeah, 23, 24. When that happens, which isn't really that far away, honestly, that's when the energy will finally shift, and you'll feel like, okay, we're moving forward. We're moving into the future. So that's what I see happening in your 8th house. And that's like resources and outside things affecting your inner world. But what's very, very significant is that a lot of the stuff that's going on right now in Gemini, meaning the North Node, Mercury, Venus, close to Aldebaran, is all happening in your 12th house of the divine and of the light codes and the higher chakras and the higher centers, like being open and receptive. The universe is asking you to focus, because there's a lot coming through for you, and there's a lot happening that Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot that's activating you right now that may feel a little overwhelming, but you are supposed to, what you're supposed to be focusing on right now, what the universe says you're supposed to be focusing on right now, is those relationships that are more divine, higher connected, those relationships that charge you instead of drain you, those people that make you feel like you have a family, like a star family. Those are the relationships that you are being asked to really focus on right now. You're having a Venus return, and with the North Node right there, it's really about focusing on that and bringing it, making sure that those are the relationships that are feeding you the most right now, and not engaging so much with people that are not at that level, because what you're going to feel is like the draining. It's going to drain you. It's going to be overwhelming for you. Yes, and this is heightened intuition for sure with all of this traveling through your 12th house. It is for me too. I'm going through this transit too, because a lot of this energy is also in my 12th house as well. So right, the 12th house Gemini, you're also Gemini rising, so this affects you, at a personal level. It's your identity, it's who you are. That is something that's very strongly going on. With Jupiter that has recently moved into Pisces, he's aspecting your Mars. So that's why, should I just get a lawyer? I mean, yeah, honestly, I would. I wouldn't try to fight things like yourself right now. I think it's going to be too much. But with Jupiter, because you're so sensitive, like at this, and it's expanded. But Jupiter is transiting through Pisces for the next couple of months. It's going to be in Pisces. It's transiting your ninth house of spiritual integration. But what's more significant, it is aspecting your Mars. And you were born with Mars in Pisces, which means that you are only able to take action if it's aligned with your divine self. Like, that's the only way that you can really take action in life, is if you feel like you're on that track, if you feel like you're moving forward and it means something to you. And that's why you're getting tired, because if it's not like something that is fully aligned with your higher self, it's going to feel like it's just totally draining. And Jupiter right there is magnifying this. So you have to really only do things that are connecting you to your divinity, connecting you to God, connecting you to that space, and connecting to you to the world of dreams. Like, you're also going to feel very, very much, your psychic abilities are going to feel very, very strong right now. And you're not going to be able to stop it. So that's why protection is really important for everyone, because of Jupiter in Pisces can do that to all of us. And I talked about it a little bit in the beginning, but it's such intense psychic, connection, that if you're connecting to just anyone, it can like literally throw you completely off. And that's why it's so important to take care of yourself and not do anything that you don't have to do yourself. So let's see what else stands out for you. I also see there's something interesting here. Your transiting Mars is conjunct your South Node. And your South Node is in your first house. So this is regarding your identity. Like, somehow you feel like there's something to uncover. There's something you're discovering about yourself from your past that's coming up again right now, because there is a part of your, like, what you're supposed to get rid of in this life is your desire to do everything yourself. But somehow right now you feel like you have to do everything yourself. And it's causing you to feel a little bit emotional, because you have to like detach, and you're not able to detach. With a South Node in Cancer, you're like super, tapped into other people's emotions and your own as well. And you check in with your emotions all the time. But Mars right here is like bringing you back to that area. So it's making it a little bit challenging to focus on what you really came here to do, which is to collaborate with people and to focus on your life path and to focus on your career and to work together with other people to create a legacy, like to build a legacy for humanity. So just be easy on yourself during this transit, because it's pulling you back towards some of your fears, for some of your past, habits and addictions. And that's when you try to do everything too much yourself, and then you end up overwhelming yourself. And it ends up being a really emotional thing. So that's what I would avoid right now for sure. And that is, I think, the most important things that are coming up for you and that are going on right now and to watch out for. So thanks so much for getting this reading. And I hope that did bring you some insight as well. Thank you so much. So we have Nelvin next, and then Kimberly. And I gotta plug in my phone. Yeah, exactly. There is a lot of projection going on right now. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so here we go. Gonna pull up another chart. Everyone is like, astrology, please, astrology. 7/24, 83, 6 a.m. In the Philippines. Okay, progress chart. Ooh, cool. Thanks for the variability tonight, you guys. It's actually really fun. Like one of each, please. So let me make sure I get it right. 7/24/83 at 6 a.m. in the Philippines. Let's click go. And then we're going to pull up a secondary progressions for today and take a picture. Did we look at this before for you, Nelvin? Have we looked at your progress chart before? Curious, because if we have, it wouldn't have changed much between last time and this time. Rebecca, oh my God, I can't believe I made it. It's been a long time, tribe, and I've missed your souls. Oh, we missed you too, Rebecca. Thank you for being here. Yeah, right. Hey, Philippines. Another brother from another mother. So there you go. Welcome, Rebecca, and thank you for being here. Yes, the list is open. I have room for 3 more, I believe. Yeah, 3 more. 3 more open spots available. Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay, so here we go. Let's dive in. So what we look at in a progress chart is where the sun and the moon are in relationship to each other, what phase of the moon is going on in your chart, and also what sign your progressed moon is in, because that gives us a lot of insight as to the theme of your life right now in this moment. So you were born with sun in Leo. Your progressed chart is actually in Virgo. Your progressed moon is in Taurus. It's about to switch signs. I forgot I wanted to get a synastry next time. You can if you want to get another one tonight. There's like I said, there's 3 spots left. But I understand if it needs to be next time. Okay. So, what is happening right now is your progressed moon is in Taurus. So right now you've been experiencing for a while because it's at 27 degrees. So it's almost done being in Taurus and it's almost getting ready to go into Gemini. What this also means is that the moon is waning in your chart. It's waning towards the new moon, but it's right. Is it before, after? Okay, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's moving towards the square, the 3rd quarter square, which is a time of, it's like you have to reset things. You have to refigure things out. You have to think about things and resolve something that comes up in your life. You're almost at that point, and we're going to go look and see when it's actually happening. But moon in Taurus is a time in your life where you are looking for more grounding. You're focusing on grounding yourself in life. You're focusing on connecting to your sense of value, your sense of self-esteem. What you value in life is really the theme that is awakening for you, or showing up for you in life. So when the moon is about to move into Gemini, and I want to find out when. So let me go over here, and I'm going to go months. We're going to go forward, forward, forward. Boom. August 14th, your moon moves into Gemini, and this is significant. So you're about to transition. When the moon moves into Gemini, it's going to be a completely different energy. You're going to be focused a lot more on communicating, on educating yourself, on speaking, on sharing your voice. Your curiosity is going to like really spark, and you're going to want to explore new things and find new information. Like, it's going to be a time in your life where you're going to need more information. You're going to go find it, and it's going to be an exciting thing. Plus, when the moon moves into 0 degrees of Gemini, it does enter the Pleiades. Right now, your moon is actually on Algol, basically, which is the beginning of the Pleiades. So this is a Pleiadian activation for you by way of your progressed chart. What's going to happen is when the moon moves into Gemini, it's going to continue here for 2.5 years. So that's what you're going to focus on in your life. And when it gets to about 7 degrees, it's going to make that square. So we're talking about February of 2022. You will have that third quarter square, which says something in your life will come up that is a challenge, that will challenge you to change something about your life. And the sooner you make that change, the sooner you let go, the sooner you release those things that are not serving you, the easier the transition will be, and you will just continue moving forward towards that new moon phase. When we keep moving forward, I'm going to move way forward to the point where you will have a new moon in your chart, which means a new 28.5-year cycle in your life, which is very, very significant, because it is basically like, pretty much for you, it's going to be like the second half of life is you get an opportunity to prepare for it. And it's going to happen, this new moon is going to happen in 2028. So you have some time. You're going to enter a place where you're going to start to feel like, I have to let go of things in life. I have to, once you resolve this issue that comes up for you in 2022, in the beginning of 2022, you're going to start to feel like, okay, now I can let go. Now I can start to just kind of like start shedding the skin, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. It's going to be the balsamic phase after that. And you're going to want to, let go of as much as possible, like get rid of as much as possible that does not serve you, so that you can make space for like a whole new life. You can create it. And this whole new life is going to be focused on the energy of Virgo, and also in your second house of money and value. So what you're going to want to do is prepare for what you want your life to look like, for anchoring yourself, for focusing on your health, like setting intentions for focusing on health and well-being, focusing on your daily life, starting new projects that connect you or align you with the present moment. It's being more present. Like for the next 28.5 years, you're going to want to be more present for yourself, and you want to know what you want, and you're going to want to stick to that, but also allow yourself to go with the flow of life, so you don't activate too much of like nervous energy, and you actually learn to just anchor yourself so that you can move forward from that place in general in life. And the themes of Virgo are purity. It's also the Virgin. It is love. It is connected to love. It's a mercurial energy, so it's connected to communication. But it's about like setting yourself up in your daily life so that you feel good every single day. And those are the energies that are coming up. Those are also the energies that are going on right now, and the journey that you're going to be kind of embarking on, and the focus that it's going to take. So I hope that actually gave you some insight as well. Hey, babe, how's it going? So there you go. Nelvin. And if you do ever decide to do a transit reading, I can go a lot more deeper into the details of what those transits really mean and more understanding of it and how they're going to affect your life. Okay, we've made it to Kimberly, and I believe, Rebecca, you got on the list. So let me just find out what the list is so I can update it. I see Rebecca there as well. All right, Kimberly and then Rebecca. And if anyone does want to get on the list, you're welcome, Nelvin. I do have room for 2 more people, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's room for 2 more people. I'd be willing to do 2 more if anybody wants to get on the list. All right. So here we go. I see, Lenlin. I see. Who's going to join us for the free oils class? Oh, I can't wait to be able to announce it. Make sure you guys get on my mailing list because that is how I announce pretty much everything. I will also announce it here, but I'm really excited. And we're going to have the class soon, you guys. Like, what's the date? I don't think this weekend, but the next. Yeah, I think we're going to have it on the next weekend. So in this weekend, I will have it ready and we will be starting to be able to sign people up to the class in this weekend. So look out for that. I'm really super, super excited about that. So here we go. Kimberly and then Rebecca. And I know the chat is super delayed, so I'm like, whatever, I'm just waiting. Oh, my poor baby dog. She's exhausted. I'd love a transit reading. I'm going through something heavy, but not in a bad way. My ears are ringing off the hook in different frequencies. Okay. I feel like I'm flying. Yep. Pretty much it. So let us pull it up. Kim. 1170. Oh, also, Jason is coming. Did I tell you guys that? We might go live together on Monday. I don't know if probably from his channel, maybe from mine, but we may go live together. He's coming to visit. He has a brother that lives in Phoenix and he's like driving down with his sister. I think they may already started driving. Yeah. And we're gonna finally meet in person on Monday, and we would love to go live and show you guys that meetup. Well, it's gonna be really cool. Okay, so 1170, 12:35 p.m. And West Seattle. Is that the name of the city? Like all the words together, or is that separate? Or just Seattle, Washington? Probably just Seattle. I guess I can try putting West Seattle. It worked. Yeah. I'm up for my QHHT on the 19th. Yeah, how exciting. I'm really excited, dude. I had the most epic session this morning, you guys, with someone from Ireland. Like, it was epic. He mentioned it on his channel. Nice. Okay, so I believe I got it right. January 1st of 1970, 12:35 p.m., West Seattle, Washington. Okay. So, transit. Let's look at these. Okay. So here we go. Do I have, let me turn this off. All right. So let's take a look at what we got here. We have the biggest transit that's happening right now is the Jupiter transit. Jupiter has just moved into Pisces, although this did not come out correctly, so give me 1 second. Let's fix it over here. Okay, second chart is current transits. Here we go. All right. Okay. So main thing is the Jupiter transits are a big deal. The Gemini transits are a big deal because that's where the North Node is and where all the focus is right now on the collective, and also the Sagittarius, so wherever the South Node is. And that's what I'm going to focus on. So I love a transit reading. I'm going through something heavy, but not in a bad way. My ears are ringing off the hook. I feel like I'm flying. Okay. So first of all, right now, the energies that you're experiencing with Jupiter and Pisces are actually happening in your 11th house. And this is the house of friendships. This is the house of relationships that you have with people that are part of like networks of people or communities of people. And what you're experiencing is an activation of your gifts to share with the world. And so I think because part of your gift, it is this kind of in this Aquarius area in your chart, but it's also Pisces because there is Pisces part of your part of the pie here is in the 11th house as well. It also is related to psychic abilities that you are here to share with the world. So you're going to feel a lot of sensitivity. You're going to feel like you are feeling other people very strongly because this Pisces energy is in the 11th house, which is the house of the people. So that's where you're experiencing a lot of the heightened sensitivity in your life. The big transition that's happening for you right now, that has been happening this whole past year, is in the 8th and 2nd house. So it has to do with finances and money and resources. It has to do with your sense of self-esteem, your values, what is important to you, and also the things that come to you, resources that come to you from outside places. So a lot of those resources have been changing. It's like whatever things that have come to you from outside sources, the universe is asking you to change it, transform it, choose something else, make new relationships. And in terms of change and transformation, you've been seeing a lot of that in your life this last year. That has been a major focus for you. The focus of what you're supposed to be putting your energy into or channeling your energy into is the 2nd house, which is making your own money. Bringing in abundance into your life, finding your own confidence, and also being able to communicate freely and share your voice in a way that makes you feel like yourself a lot more than ever. Because you have Gemini at the cusp of the 2nd house, which means communication, and the throat chakra, which is ruled by the Taurus energy, and Gemini being in this house is like, that's the focus. It's like, you need to be able to speak yourself. You need to be able to share your voice, share your opinion, share your story. You need to be able to do that. That is like really, really important for you right now. And the universe wants you to focus on that and focus on the relationships that will help you find that, communicating in a way that focuses on that. And this is something that if you focus on that, you're going to find that abundance. You're going to bring that abundance into your life. Let me look at where your moon is. You have moon in Libra. Chiron is in a sense kind of opposing, because Chiron is in Aries. He's kind of opposing your moon, and that can be very alchemical. And he's getting closer and closer to your moon, although Chiron travels very slow. So it's going to be a minute. But the closer it gets to your moon, the more alchemical in terms of your psychic abilities, that is going to feel. It activates the psychic abilities of the moon. And when we look at what you have in Pisces in your chart, you're also changing a lot because Uranus transiting through the 1st, you being a Taurus rising, is forcing you. You're changing a lot this year. You're transforming a lot. But as Jupiter begins to make his way through the degrees of Pisces, eventually he's going to aspect your North Node and your Jupiter. So this next year, 2022, is going to be a year where you're going to feel like a full-on spiritual experience, because your North Node in Pisces means that you are here to have a spiritual experience in whatever way, shape, and form that unfolds. To have a spiritual experience, to focus, that is where your action is to focus. It's super strong because Pisces rules the 12th house and your North Node is in the 12th house. So it's like a double Pisces North Node. When Jupiter hits it, which is going to be next year, and you're already feeling that right now. It's like the preview of what you're going to feel next year very, very strongly. Also, when Jupiter conjuncts Neptune, the full-on spiritual activation for yourself in like connected to your life destiny. And so there's going to be an opportunity for you to take advantage of that energy and focus on your spirituality, your relationship to your divine self, your relationship to God or God's source or source energy or whatever you want to call it. That is going to be like fully expanded next year as Jupiter gets closer and closer to your North Node. So that's what I see in your chart. Kimberly, I hope that gave you some insight, and thank you again for signing up. But that's a big deal. That Jupiter on the North Node and on your Mars is a big deal. You're going to feel like, whew, it may be overwhelming, but it's a door that's opening for you to focus on your life path and on your purpose, which is to have a spiritual experience. So that may show up in a big way next year. So there you go. And next we have Rebecca, and Rebecca says, signed up, I think, for progressed chart reading, but I really want a transit or a tarot. Really just want you to choose, Chai. I have been going through some real emotional stuff in one direction. Let's do a tarot reading. You're welcome, Kimberly. Let's do a tarot reading. The vice versa cards have been like really powerful lately, so I want to use those. And I think we can get a lot. So can you tell me a little bit about the emotional stuff that is going on? Like what do you want to know about what's happening in your life? What do you want to know? That's okay. You can always watch the replay. But hopefully you're hearing or listening to me enough to answer that question. Is like, what do you want to know about this thing? Any more room for the list? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is room for 2 more. I can do 2 more. And then I cap it at 10 because then it's too much. I already like have to go to the bathroom. But I think I'll cap it at 10 for sure. If you want to do tarot readings, that would make it even easier for me. But let's see. Okay, what direction to take? All right, what direction does Rebecca need to take in terms of the emotional situation that is going on for her right now? Let's get 3 cards on what direction to take, and then 3 more on other energies that can help us understand the first 3 cards. What direction does she need to take? To leave the old wounds and move on and upwards? Or okay, 1 more card on what direction to take in life. Okay. And 3 cards to clarify these cards, please. Okay. And 1 more, please. These cards are so cool. Whoa, that one like flew out. Okay, so here we go. The very first card, where did that thing go? All right. The very first card that we get is the 8 of Cups. So very clear message. Very clear message. You need to walk away. It's time to walk away. this is not the time to stay and mourn over it. Like, the situation is done, it's broken, like there's broken cups on the ground. The only option is for you to walk away from the situation, because if you do not walk away, what's going to happen is that you're going to just remain in something that is broken and cannot be fixed. The 8 of Cups is about freedom. There's freedom here, but you have to walk away. It's about taking action. You need to take that action to walk away. And it's about change. Change is here, and it can feel very uncomfortable, but it's really important that you find that freedom for yourself by choosing to walk away. Because what you get once you walk away, the change that you're moving towards, is the Magician. And this is the activation of your power. This is you and being in your strength. This is you manifesting things in your life. And what you are going to manifest in your life is the energy of the 6 of Cups, which, interestingly enough, we're seeing the backside of the card. Usually you see this. It's like nostalgic energies, memories, innocence, and also childhood. So what this says to me is that someone's watching you. So this person is watching the two beings, like, connecting with each other. And what's happening is that this is taking you back to your childhood. For some reason, this goes back to your childhood. And the only way, like I said, the only way for you to find your strength again, to find your power again, is to walk away and just be in your own space. But know that this is something that is bringing up childhood memories for you and triggering you in some way. And so that's why the walking away needs to happen, because it's showing you, like, okay, there's a wound here. You can heal it, but healing it requires that you walk away. What you feel right now is that you are actually, it may feel like you're very confused. This is the 7 of Cups card, and this is a card of choices. This is a card of imagination. This is a card of you're wishing that something, I feel like you're wishing that it would get resolved. But the truth is that you can't just wish it to resolve itself. You need, like the 8 of Cups says, you need to take action and you need to make a choice. You have many, many choices. Do not feel like you don't have a choice here in the matter, because you do have a lot of choices, but you have to figure out what those choices are, and then you need to make a decision. The next card we get is the Knight of Cups. The one thing I will say is there are a lot of cup cards here. So what that means is that this situation is very emotional. It is causing a lot of emotion, both for you and everyone involved, but definitely you. The Knight of Cups it has to do with my boyfriend's children, who I raised as my own. Okay, there you go. The Knight of Cups this may represent the energy of your boyfriend, because the Knight of Cups is a romantic energy. It's a prince, charming. It's a very sensitive energy. However, he's kind of like walking away and giving his cup to someone else. So whatever, it may represent him, it may not, but what it does represent, it's like you're not being offered the cup by this energy. It's actually walking away from you. So what I feel is the essence of this card is maybe you are the one offering the cup to someone else, but you're not sure if it's going to get received, right? I feel you offering up your emotions, like you opening up your heart, but you're not sure if it's going to be well received. And that's fine, because when you give love, you should give it freely. If it's not received, that's where your basically control ends and someone else's control begins, right? That's where the boundary is. You can offer up all the love that you want and with compassion, and still be detached and still walk away if you need to, but you can't be attached to the outcome. But I feel you offering a lot of love. I also feel like the offer is somehow kind of walking away from you. Like the opportunity will pass you by if you don't make that choice that you have to make. If you make that choice, here's the power that's going to happen is the Nine of Cups, which is the card of all of your wishes coming true. So this is really good. To end the reading with this card is on ending it on a very, very positive note. So you are to activate this portal where you can make all of your wishes come true, but it's going to take some work to get to this point. To feel good about yourself and the situation, you need to walk away. You need to trust in your own power. You need to realize that this is something it's triggering your childhood trauma. You need to make a choice, and you need to offer all your love, and then you need to let it be. So wounded by them and can't decide whether to even try to heal the relationship or just move on and let them choose later in life. You need to move on. That's the answer. You have offered up all the love that you can. You've offered up the cup. You've offered up your heart. You've offered up the Holy Grail. And now it's time to move away, because that's where I feel like that's the boundary. That's where you end and they begin. And so you can offer as much love as you want, but if they don't receive it, then they don't receive it. That's what I'm getting. So that was actually a very powerful reading, Rebecca. So I hope that brought you a lot of insight, and thank you again for signing up. And I'll check to see if anyone else has signed up. I don't think anyone else has signed up. Did anyone else want to sign up for a reading, or are we complete? I have a feeling we may be complete for the evening. And I do want to say thank you so much, you guys, you support me so much during these mini readings. You literally have no idea. I can't wait to start to share those QHHT and Beyond Quantum Healing sessions with you on the website to show you. I'm going to create this beautiful page, this beautiful sign up page. I'm going to create a video. I'm just so excited about it. And make sure you guys check out the podcast that I did, the last episode. I didn't get to do an episode, Gopi. I didn't get to do an episode this last moon because there was so much going on, you guys. But I will make an episode I just decided to let it go because it's just too much. I couldn't make it happen. But in a week or so, literally in a week or so, we're going to have the freaking full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, and I will make an episode for that. But the last episode I did was what is quantum healing? And it has a lot to do with quantum healing hypnosis therapy and quantum healing sessions and how they work. So make sure to check that out, especially if you're interested in getting a a quantum astral healing journey from me in the future. Then definitely make sure you check that out. With Jupiter in Pisces, is there an expanded push for surrender to dissolution? Surrender to dissolution. Interesting. I want to say yes. Yeah, it's like the dissolving. There's a dissolving for sure. I say yes. I can't tell you how true that rings for me. Well, I'm so glad that we chose tarot. I felt it strongly that the tarot would give you insight. So I'm really glad that we did that. Mahalo. Oh, well, good luck on your journey. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you to all of the moderators for being here. I'm so glad you made it, Rebecca, and that we got to do a reading for you, and that it gave you so much help. So again, I want to say thank you guys for being here. And the next time I go live will be, let me just double check. So we'll try to go live. Check out on Monday. I don't know if my channel or probably Jason's channel, but we may go live together. And then the next time after that is not till the Magic of Venus. So it's kind of a good thing for me because I'm going to get a little bit of a break, which I've been needing for sure. But thank you all so much for your support. And I will see you all again next week. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll be posting more little short videos between now and the next time I go live and talking about all of the amazing transits that are going on this week. So thank you. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone. And I will see you again next week. Satnam.